Hello everyone. In this class we will see Gay-Lussac law, Avogadro's law and ideal gas equation. So first we will see Gay-Lussac law here. What is the Gay-Lussac law? So it is the relation between pressure and temperature. Where the Boyle's law, Charles law, the relation between pressure, volume, temperature respectively. Here the Gay-Lussac law will give the relation between pressure and temperature. Again, at constant volume, a given amount of gas, the pressure is directly proportional to its temperature. That is the Gay-Lussac law. So here, at constant volume, pressure of given amount of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Again here the temperature is Kelvin temperature, that means absolute temperature. So here pressure is directly proportional to temperature where volume and number of moles are constant, and this is the Gay-Lussac law. From this P by T is equals to constant, some constant K, and we can derive a relation here. P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2. Always the ratio of pressure and temperature is constant. P1 by T1 and P2 by T2 or P3 by T3 all are same values, so they are constant. Now let us take the graphical representation of Gay-Lussac law here. Gay-Lussac law graphs as like Boyle's law and Charles law here. The first graph with respect to pressure versus temperature. And what type of graph we can observe here? Pressure versus temperature. Pressure on y-axis and temperature here, absolute temperature x-axis, and that will give a straight line. Why? Because P is equals to K into T. So Y equal to mx time. Here we have the formula P is equals to some constant K into T. And here this graph is drawn at constant volume. Now the graph drawn at constant volume are called isochores. This graph we can call isochore. If I draw various isochores, pressure versus temperature, let us take various isochores like V1 and V2 and V3. Again, the relation between volume 1, volume 2 and volume 3, V1, V2 and V3. What kind of relation we can observe here? Here V1 is less than V2 is less than V3. This is the relation. Again, this we can explain that. Let us assume temperature is constant. Just we keep the temperature constant. Then with respect to pressure we can explain. And here V1 graph represents the pressure P. Let us assume P1 here and P2 and P3. And the pressure is P1 pressure is more its corresponding volume. So according to Boyle's law, P is inversely proportional to volume. So as the pressure increases, volume should be decrease. And here lower pressure, corresponding volume should be higher. So V1 is less than, V2 is less than V3. Next, other graphs here. Now see second type of graphs here. Pressure versus 1 by temperature. What kind of graph we will get? And here we have the pressure on the y-axis, 1 by T on x-axis. So here we get the graph like a rectangular hyperbola. This type of the graph you can observe when you draw a graph with respect to pressure versus 1 by T. Similarly, if you draw various graphs, pressure versus 1 by T for different gases. Let us assume this is gas 1 and gas 2 having number of moles N1 and N2. Now the relation between N1 and N2. So what kind of relation we can observe here? That N1 is less than N2. Again, why? You can keep a temperature is constant with respect to pressure, we can explain. So here this is pressure 1 and pressure 2. So now pressure is directly proportional to number of moles. Already we have discussed this one. So here T2 is higher pressure, its corresponding number of moles should be more. So N1 is less than N2. Next, one more type of graph with respect to logs. And the third type of graph here we have log P versus log T. So can we get this one again from equation? P is equals to some constant into temperature. If you apply logarithm, then log P is equals to log T plus log K. Again it is y equal to mx plus c. The graph will obtain like this. When you draw a graph, log P on y-axis and log T on x-axis. So you will get a graph some with intercept. Here intercept is log K and having slope is 1 here. So this is a graph represents log P versus log T for Gay-Lussac law. These are some graphical representations for Gay-Lussac law. And the next law we have Avogadro's law. And this Avogadro law now explains the relation between volume and number of moles. And the fourth law we have Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. So Avogadro's law, at constant temperature and pressure, volume of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles or number of molecules. Here we are keeping pressure and temperature constant. Now we are studying with respect to volume and number of moles. So here at constant temperature and pressure, at constant temperature and pressure, volume of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles or number of molecules. Generally moles is directly proportional to molecules, so number of moles or number of molecules. So or else we can derive in another form also. The volume of the equal volumes of all gases at constant pressure and temperature containing equal number of moles. This is also another form of the Avogadro's law that we can write. Equal volumes of all gases. So irrespective of the nature of the gas, equal volumes of all gases contains equal number of moles. Equal number of moles or molecules again. At constant temperature and pressure condition. At constant temperature and pressure condition. So what we can derive the formula here, volume is directly proportional to number of moles, and this is the Avogadro's law. So from this, V by N is equals to constant. Let us take some constant K. That means V1 by N1 is equals to V2 by N2. This is the formula related to the Avogadro's law. Next, one more point also we can keep in mind here with respect to Avogadro law. Here at constant temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases contains equal number of moles, or volume of gas is directly proportional to its number of moles, where temperature is constant and pressure is constant. But if this temperature and pressure we can take as in a standard conditions, means at a STP condition. STP means the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 kelvins, pressure is 1 atmosphere. So at STP conditions, volume of a gas occupies volume of 1 mole gas always occupies 22.4 liters. So here at STP condition nothing but here temperature is 0 degrees or 273 kelvins and the pressure is 1 atmosphere, and this is the value. Let us take a small graph for with respect to the Avogadro's law. And here volume versus number of moles. What kind of graph we will get? Volume on y-axis and number of moles on x-axis. So here volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Again we will get the graph which passes through the origin. This is something about Avogadro's law. And the next we have ideal gas equation. Here ideal gas equation. This also called equation of state, ideal gas equation or equation of state. This ideal gas equation we can derive by the previous gas laws, that is from Boyle's law, from Charles' law and from Avogadro's law. We can derive the ideal gas equation. So from Boyle's law, volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Now from the Charles' law, volume is directly proportional to temperature, and from Avogadro's law, volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Just if you combine these three laws, we will get now volume is directly proportional to number of moles, temperature, and inversely proportional to pressure. So from this, P by V, PV by NT is equals to constant. Generally this constant we assume as in or P by V, PV by NT is equals to some constant R, and this we can write as a ideal gas equation. Generally this will write as PV is equals to nRT, and this equation represents ideal gas equation or equation of state, and where R is called universal gas constant. is universal gas constant. So we can derive some other relations from the ideal gas equation. The other relations here other forms of ideal gas equation. Other forms of ideal gas equation. So what ideal gas equation we have? PV is equals to nRT. Now this we can write PV is equals to N means number of moles, that nothing but weight by molecular weight into RT. So if they give weight and molar mass, means from this we can find out molar mass of the substance also. This is one kind of the equation. And next, this we can expand further. P is equals to W by V into RT by M. So here W by V means what? It is a density. Now pressure is equals to density into RT by M. So this is one more form. Means from this we can write density is equals to PM by RT. This is some various relations for the ideal gas. Further we can write some more relations here. And we have PV is equals to nRT. Let us assume for given amount of gas, means number of moles is constant, given amount of gas, known gas constant. Anyhow R is constant here. Now we will get PV by T is equals to constant. Both the product of two constants again is a constant. So from this we can write one formula, that is P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. So is a product, the ratio of temperature is always constant. So you can take P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. So these are the some useful formulas related to the ideal gas equation. So now we will discuss about the universal gas constant, its significance and its values. Universal gas constant. So we represent with the symbol capital R. So what it is? Generally, the universal gas constant values is independent on the nature of the gas, and it is independent on nature of gas. Whatever the type of gas you take, the R value is always constant. Pressure, whatever the pressure it is, temperature, volume, and these values. The nature of the gas, pressure, temperature, and volume. So it depends only on units of pressure and volume. Depends on the units of pressure and volume expressing. So depends on units, not on the quantities, how much amount of pressure and how much amount of volume or temperature. It will not. Now the significance of R. Here the significance of R. Now we can see the relation PV is equals to nRT. From this we can write R is equals to PV by NT. Here pressure and volume. The product of pressure and volume nothing but work or energy. So here or will give the units for work or energy by N means number of moles if you take per mole and T is the Kelvin. So this is mole and this is Kelvin. So overall R is nothing but work done per mole Kelvin or energy per mole Kelvin. So what R represents means the universal gas constant represent the kind of the energy form, that is per mole Kelvin. That is the significance of R value. Then what are the R values? So here R values are already I explained here. It will not depend on the amount of substance or volume, pressure, temperature. It depends only on the type of units we consider. So here R values. First one. Let us assume here pressure is equals to 1 atmosphere and the temperature is 273 kelvins and the number of moles of gas is 1 mole. So as we know that at 1 atmosphere and 273 kelvins and 1 mole of gas occupies 22.4 liters. And these values if you substitute in the equation are equal to PV by NT. That nothing but 1 atmosphere volume is 22.4 liters by this is number of moles 1, temperature 273. Then we'll get this is 0.0821. So R values now 0.0821. Here pressure we have taken in atmosphere and volume we have taken in liters. The units for R here is liter, atmosphere and number of moles and Kelvin. So by means per Kelvin per mole. And this is a universal gas constant value in terms of liters, atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. And the next, for example, if we change the unit of pressure instead of atmosphere, if we take bar, then what kind of unit will get? Then R is equals to 0.08314 liter bar per Kelvin per mole. When we take the pressure units in bars, see here, it is not depend on how much amount, whether it is a 2 atmosphere, 3 atmosphere, or 2 bar, 3 bar, doesn't matter. It depends on only the whether it is atmosphere or bar. R value depends only on the unit. It will not depend on the quantity. Similarly, the other units for the R value, the other values in various units. Third one, this also we will use mostly in joules. Already we have discussed R is work done. Work done nothing but joules or calories. The units for the work done or energy is joules or kelvins. So here R is equals to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. So this is in terms of the joules. How can we this come? Here we have the relation 1 liter bar is equals to 100 joules. And this is the interrelation. And the next one more important value, R is equals to 1.987 calories per Kelvin per mole. So just in place of joules we are writing here calories. Now since here 1 calorie is equals to 4.18 joules. So in place of joules, if you substitute the calories, we will get this one. So this value we can take approximately 2 calories per Kelvin per mole. So these are the some important universal gas constant values for numerical purpose. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.